The Zero Collective is a family of churches fully sold out to the mission of seeing zero people in the West Michigan area living unchanged by Jesus. This only God vision is what drives us, it keeps us up at night, it shapes how we do church. It's why we put disciple making above everything else. It's what inspires us to engage our community in a new and a creative way. Together we can be more than just a network of churches. We can be a movement of multiplication and a catalyst for kingdom expansion.
So we've all heard the phrase, a rising tide lifts all boats, and that is so true of the Zero Collective. One of our core values as a network of churches is a high feedback culture. And I remember when I was the youth pastor at Frontline and I first started joining the Zero Collective teaching team meetings every single week, I remember this sense of intimidation first walking in when my sermons were being reviewed, or I was even offering review for sermons for preachers who had been teaching a lot longer than I had. And one of the things that I experienced just in that community of teaching team is this real sense of wanting to help each other get better. An iron sharpens iron, if you will. And over the last several years, even leading New Life now and being part of the teaching team of the Zero Collective, that has been my experience, that I am being raised up as a communicator. I am getting to participate in helping raise others up as communicators. And that experience isn't just a teaching team experience. That really ripples to every area, from worship planning team to coordinating with hospitality teams in different churches and student ministry and kids ministry and all across the board. The collaboration that we get to experience as a Zero Collective is absolutely incredible, and we're all better because of it.
So being the lead pastor of the Story Church before the Zero Collective, it essentially felt like in some ways rowing against the water, rowing against the tide. And I remember when the Zero Collective was pitched to me and kind of laid out, and what it felt like for me was an invite to join other leaders, other pastors, rowing the same exact direction of expanding the kingdom together. And one of the coolest things for me has been just sitting around a table, sitting around just other opportunities in coffee shops with these men and women who want to see the kingdom grow. And I've never felt more encouraged, more empowered, and more equipped to lead the church than I do today.
One of the greatest blessings being a part of the Zero Collective is actually the space I'm in right now. For our 15-year history, our church had been set up and tear down, which was every single week they pulled it out of the closet, set up, and put it back after service was over. When God was leading us to take on this space, we knew it was His will, it was the next step for our church. But one of the best parts about the entire process was we had people on the Zero Collective staff who had worked through lease agreements, who had worked with designers, worked with contractors and builders to make this dream a reality. And that is one of the reasons, as I pursued preaching and prayer and discipleship and leading our team, I was able to keep doing all of those things because we had a team working on the behind the scenes of this space. And so I'm incredibly grateful for that and grateful for the Zero Collective in that season.
So one of the things I love about the Zero Collective is also something that we're committed to as Frontline, and that is going after the kingdom of God here in Grand Rapids together. So what I love about being a part of the Zero Collective is that we actually get to go after our city, and we get to go after lost people, people who have needs, together with a group of other churches. Two different ways we do that. One is collective serving opportunities. I love the reminder, anytime that we get to serve collective-wide here at Frontline, we actually get to do it with a church like Story Church or New Life Church or Center Church. We get to come together and make an impact in our community that's bigger than what we could do just by ourselves. But the other thing I love to do is actually when we gather for a worship service, whether it's a worship night or a Good Friday service or a summer baptism or anything like that, where we get together and we get to celebrate what God is doing among all of our churches. It is a reminder, just like the kingdom of God, that we're not in this just as a single church, but as a group of churches and as a network that's going after the heart of God for our community together.